Hello, welcome to Cool Trip Walks. I'm your host. I'm Tom. Good morning. We have a walk here on the shores of Lake Norman. Today we are at Jetton Park, and we're gonna just take a stroll and see what we can find today. I'm glad to have you along. So this is a busy park this morning. Seems everybody had the same idea that I did, which is we had a couple days of storms here in the Charlotte region, and everybody's out. So I was going to actually have an episode on a short cove walk on Lake Norman, and it was too crowded. So I audibled and came here. And what's nice is we have really awesome tree canopies here, and makes for a cooler walk on really hot days. So welcome to the channel. For our subscribers, thanks for coming around again. And for any new viewers, welcome to Cool Trip Walks. Our channel is here for virtual treadmill workouts, or virtual scenery for your workouts, and or travel research. So if you're thinking about the Charlotte area, either to live or visit, you can see what's around for recreation. And you know, if you I should point out that this is a narrated walk, so I will be talking as we discover things along the way. And if that's not your cup of tea, please feel free to fire up your playlist and just kind of enjoy the scenery as we go. So as mentioned, it's been a really crowded day here, so I'm glad it's mostly quiet here. And the focus of the other video was going to be along the shores of Lake Norman. For those who haven't joined the series here at Cool Trip Walks, we have visited the shores of Lake Norman before. We've gone to Lake Norman State Park, and my next video will be kind of walking along a boardwalk on a cove of Lake Norman. So Lake Norman is one of 3 artificial lakes, or very large artificial lakes here in North Carolina, and it is the largest. So it has 500 miles of shoreline, which makes it very interesting from an overall shape perspective. So if you look at it on a map, or understand that it's the damming of the Catawba River that formed it, we have a lot of spidery coves here, which makes up most of the shoreline. Hey, doggy. And this is a park that my family and I have enjoyed in the past. They have nice picnic areas available. And it looks like we've got some large construction over across the inlet here. We'll have to take a view of that. Actually, we're going to go off the trail and do just that. Have to be careful. This is copperhead season, so what you can't see is I'm looking very carefully at the path in front of us. And one of the things on Lake Norman here, we're a little bit north of Charlotte, in the town of Cornelius, and the lake is home of folks that are very well off. So you can see some magnificent homes here along the lake. We've got NASCAR drivers and you know, pro sports athletes that certainly make homes here along the lake. Some have set some real estate records here for homes that have sold recently. And it looks like the lake level itself is kind of on the higher side today with all the rain. So we'll get back on the trail and we'll get some more views of Lake Norman up ahead. Now, one thing I observed on a previous video has been this lake is home to a lot of activity. Duke Energy was the creator of the lake as the lakes are here for power purposes. But they do encourage recreation, and there's quite the big boating culture here. So you can get out on boats and enjoy that. A little less so on the beach culture. Very far and few between. There is one here at this park, but it's not intended for swimming. So again, why is it here? But we do enjoy walking along it for the short beach that it is. We'll come up to the point here. I picked a good morning. It's been very hot this week, in the 80-degree Fahrenheit range, and I saw that we were at 72 this morning, which would put it a little over 20 degrees Celsius. I apologize if I do any kind of fast panning, as I do try to avoid putting people on camera where possible, although I'm not always successful. So if you do find this video and your face is on the video and you don't want to be, just reach out to me and I'll be happily to, with the timestamp, and I'll happily blur you out. No problem there. This is definitely one of our more walkable parks, so it is fun to just get out and go for a walk. Now, I was pondering that on the way over here, just how accessible walking can be, especially if you count yourself among those that maybe have neglected working out and all that and fitness levels. It's got the easiest gateway to getting yourself in shape, and it's something that, as the birth certificate tells me, as my age advances, it's something that I definitely have added now to the arsenal. I always considered it a little bit on the not exciting side. I used to run, and then my knees didn't like that. I do currently exercise bike and get on my electric bike time to time when I have the time. And that's enjoyable. But walking, honestly, for the experience and the time required to do it, really get the most bang for your buck. Squirrel. And the barrier to entry is pretty low. You know, it doesn't matter your fitness level as long as you have a comfortable pair of shoes and socks. And it doesn't, it's not particularly challenging to walk. Get out and enjoy the benefits. Even if it's only 15, 20 minutes, it'll definitely help lift your spirits. Maybe you get to see some fun things along the way. kind of walked by the beach that's here. There was a toddler there, so I didn't want to get them on camera. But there used to be homes over there on that cove where that construction had happened, or that clearing, so I'm guessing somebody maybe bought the homes and decided to redo the whole plot of land, which is always interesting. When my boys were younger, they would be all into construction vehicles. Still a little bit, boys are boys. So hopefully more arrive in the near future and I can bring them over and be like, hey, look, big trucks. They'll just look at me like I have 3 heads. What are you talking about, Dad? When do we get to game next? Another squirrel on the side of the trail here. Now this is a good observation point here, and I'm going to try to zoom in on it. Way over there is the actual, only the public beach that I know of in the area, or on Lake Norman. There could be others. I just haven't found them. We'll really look for them, to be honest. And we have our PD facility there. Our police department has some lake boats. Hey, squirrel. You can see all the greenery. You know, this was something that I feared a little bit on the early episodes. Was it was very still winter, pre-spring, and just wanted to show some contrast from, you know, bare trees to the next park with bare trees. But now we're all into the finest green of green. We'll cut through here. So as far as upcoming roadmap of episodes, we do have 2 walks scheduled. This will be another. And we'll have the Lake Norman only walk as well. So we do have, I think, 2 weeks in the schedule. Now it'll be 1, where we will not be doing a full release, a full episode release. but I will be releasing shorts, so that can smooth out the schedule a little bit. It's just simply we're going to be heading to Italy in June, so I want to make sure that everything is ready. So we're just running a little bit out of time on that. We're closing on it pretty quick. And these are facilities that you can actually rent here for parties or events. Used to be a stable. They've turned it into a facility that if you wanted to have a reception here of some kind, you can do it. So as I mentioned, we'll have a little hiatus while we're in Italy. I will be bringing the laptop, so it's just a matter of storage space with 4K videos. So I think I'll probably get an episode out. We're going to be filming a lot, as much as convenient on vacation, and hopefully have a wealth of new episodes come starting in July. But we will be uploading our shorts from Italy as well, so I'm looking forward to that experience. If you have any comments or discussion, please leave them below. I'd love to hear from you. The limited interactions I've had on the channel has been great. Really like it. And if you like the content we're producing, please help us grow. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'd really appreciate that.
And I think it takes Mom wants to take it.
And you can see why this would be a very popular walking park. Being so tree covered, honestly, the shade is awesome in the summertime. It's really been fun doing these walks for the channel. It's got me out to parks I know and parks I don't know that are all in the area. And I didn't really set out with that kind of focus. Did want to just kind of explore what resources we had close by. We can't, unfortunately, travel all the time to new and exciting places, but when we do, we'll be filming and adding the content here. And it just kind of is a reminder of the resources we have here in the U.S. We really take them for granted, I think, or turn a blind eye to them. A lot of the parks I've gone to could have done so any time in the last 19 years. So if there are safe park resources near you, by all means, check it out. You might be surprised by what you find. And if you like this genre of walking video, we've added a new featured site to our channel. That would be City Walks. Give Henry's channel a good view. He's been at this a very long time and has a wealth of video content for virtual walks. He's lucky, he has some national parks right near him. We do as well, but they're just not as close by here on the East Coast. Smoky Mountains are probably a good 4 hours from the Charlotte area. Now if I turn right here, that would take us up to a very large playground, which we've taken our boys to quite often. So I'm going to turn left and see where we go. Looks like the public tennis courts are very popular. Probably a lot of pickleball being played there. Not a sport that has appealed to me, but it does appeal to many. And again, it's good to get out, so I'm glad people are taking it up. Well, it looks like this was a quicker loop than I thought, so this will be one of our shorter walks. Again, if you have any comments for us, please leave them. We'd love to know what you're thinking. And as always, hope you have met your goals for your workouts today and have an excellent day. Please join us again. We'll look forward to it. Take care.